Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Avery and Stanford University as we continue our coverage on CoachesAid.com of the 2014 Junior Olympics. And now we move into the boys' competition. This is the 12 and under boys gold medal final. We're here in the championship tournament platinum division along with Pat Beamer. Greg Meskel here with you, getting set for what should be a good one between SoCal and Vanguard. And Pat, this kicks off an impressive run for Vanguard that will have their teams in the championship game for the boys in the 12, 14, and 16, a club that really wasn't even around a couple of years back. They have come together and have quickly mobilized an outstanding group of boys water polo players.
Yeah, it's really incredible, Greg. I know you and I were talking a little bit earlier, and you said it absolutely correct. They have created a factory of water polo players. You know, generally speaking, there's some heavy hitters in the club verse, right? And I'll tell you what, Vanguard is really making a stamp here on the 2014 JOs.
And as the opening sprint is underway and controlled by SoCal, the way this is scaling age-wise, you'd assume they'll eventually be very good at the 18s as well and find themselves as all these players continue to age up.
Yeah, it only bodes well for the Vanguard club. But a juggernaut in their own right, SoCal, both genders, all age groups, is wholly competitive, so this is going to be a great ball game.
SoCal here in the dark caps, Vanguard in the white. You're right, SoCal is one of the names you know when you're thinking about water polo clubs in the United States, routinely in the conversation for championships at every major tournament. 6-minute quarters here in the 12U division, a little bit of a smaller ball, but you'll notice from our last game the regular goals are back in, and there's a skip shot, and it's controlled by SoCal. William Harrison in the goal wearing number 1. And now here comes SoCal with their first opportunity on the offensive end.
Yeah, that was a wonderful save there by Harrison. Great position down at 2 meters, and he's able to come up with the skip save.
Here's a look inside. And taken away. Nicely done there on defense. That's Cooper Haddad coming over for the steal. He'll get it back to the keeper, Jacob Pyle, and Vanguard back on the attack. Here's Vanguard on the move. Ordinary called. Take a look here, deal it back out. Outside try, save. Harrison knocks it down on the try from deep on the Garrett Lee attempt. And here's SoCal.
Harrison already showing great range for a youngster. Elevating quick to the ball and controlling the saves to boot.
Here's SoCal on the attack. For those of you that watched our last game, a 4-3 victory for Davis and the 10U girls. Finally want to let you know that Davis's Jenna Flynn named the most valuable player. Not a shocker to those that watched that game, but now on the other end, the ball turns over. And Vanguard will have it, but they're going to bring it back to the spot of the foul and get it back to the keeper here, and then they'll restart play. SoCal, their coach, Brian Weathersby, giving out instructions. Contra foul on the other end, and it'll turn over. Here's SoCal now on the attack. Vincent Matos on the move. He'll swing in near side. Here's Ethan Zambone. Controlling near side, and credit Vanguard for getting back. They'll go back out on the perimeter to Avernell.
You know, both teams so far are really aggressive in the front court, but frankly too aggressive. This is our third possession in a row with a contra foul. I think it might be a little championship game jitters, but I would imagine we're going to slow down and see a little more organized offense.
Teams perhaps trying to set too much of a physical tone here early. Quick shot and score, and Vanguard strikes first, able to connect. And that's Ethan Shipman able to connect, wearing number 14 white, as he puts it away, and Vanguard goes ahead 1-0 on the quick try.
Well, I can tell you right now, Greg, that SoCal is going to be in for some trouble if they can't find an answer for Shipman. Even though that was the first goal of the game, he has had tremendous position every single time and has been able to get, that's his second shot out of 2 meters, and he's had position the entire time. I would imagine that we're going to see a quick adjustment here by SoCal, whether it be here in the quarter or at least at the break, to find some way to stop Vanguard in the middle.
Let's see what SoCal can muster on offense. Send this pass ahead to Matos on the far side, wearing the 5 dark cap. ordinary called there. Deals it back out. Here's Dylan Patist. He'll fire from outside. That one's off the post. And the rebound controlled by Vanguard. And Pyle will track this one down.
I'm guessing that's not exactly what SoCal wants to see. I mean, they're really early on their clock there, and the shot wasn't the highest percentage. Again, just a little bit of jitters to start with.
And it turns over. Ball under is the call, not the contra foul that we've seen a couple of times now. And here's SoCal on the attack. Looking inside, looking for Matos. He's been a go-to here on offense, but great defense there. Vanguard coming over. Randall Macias able to make that takeaway for Vanguard. They'll have it back now on the offensive end. 2:35 to play here in the first. A 1-0 lead for Vanguard in this 12U boys final.
Now you see a little bit better press by SoCal and right on cue. Shipman gets positioned at 2 meters again.
Slowly backing his way in. Here's Macias, he'll take a look. Shot clock to 5, outside attempt. That's off the mark on the try from Bowman. Wide left of the goal, and it's back to Harrison and SoCal. Trouble in the backcourt. Great defense there. Brendan Tran coming away with the steal. Here comes Vanguard. He deals off weak side. It's Shipman. Wide open. Defense comes, puts it away. Ethan Shipman with his second, and Vanguard ahead 2-0.
You know, all of that was sparked, Greg, by Brendan Tran up on the perimeter, being technically sound. Player lays out to make a pass. He's able to get the elbow, ball is dropped, clean steal, sets Shipman up, who's going to be a big scorer, I'm guessing, in this game, even though he's taking his first break.
He'll take a breather. Vanguard in good shape, though, ahead 2-0, 1:54 to play here in the first period. SoCal a bit on their heels here to start things off.
Solid pressing defense here by Vanguard.
Making life difficult for SoCal, pressuring out near the middle of the pool. Abravanel controlling. He'll take a look, tries to deal it off, looking for Zambone. We're going to run out of time on this possession. Outside attempt, and looks like the shot clock was set to expire regardless. It's wide right, and will come the other way. 1:15 to play here in the first. 2-0 lead for Vanguard.
Looks like we got an exclusion coming.
Here's an exclusion on SoCal. That'll be Garrett Lee. That'll be actually Solon Kedzie going out. And a 6-on-5 now for Vanguard. Lee gets it out high to Bowman.
And Vanguard starting up in this 3-3, trying to find the spacing and the gaps between the SoCal defenders, and looks like they got it.
Found that spacing, found the back of the goal. Connecting Cooper Haddad, scoring for Vanguard, and a 3-0 lead. 52 seconds left. What a start here for Vanguard in this first period.
Yeah, so far this is just disastrous for the SoCal faithful. Vanguard's coming out guns blazing, evidenced by Cooper giving the double shooter after the goal score there.
These guys fired up, excited to be in this championship game, and like we said, looking to start a trend here for Vanguard in this championship Tuesday, the first of 3 straight title games they'll play in. And the 12U getting the first opportunity to come home with a championship. Entry inside, and an exclusion. Bowman will go out for Vanguard. SoCal drawing the 6-on-5. Matos working hard inside to draw that opportunity. 35 seconds to play.
I know this is going to sound premature, Greg, but this very well could be a must-score situation for SoCal.
And they get it. Beautifully done, going backdoor there, connecting. Riley Pittman connecting for SoCal in the 16 dark cap, able to sneak behind the defenders. Beautiful pass over the top. He puts it away, and a 3-1 lead as SoCal's on the board now.
Yeah, Pittman was able just to sneak down real tight into the 2-meter line. He had the whole near side to finish. And even though there was an admirable attempt by Pyle to make the save, he's able to get SoCal on the board.
Here's a chance from Vanguard. Big windup on the skip delivery, but field blocked. Knocked down there by Abravanel.
Abracadabra, he did it again.
And here's SoCal on the attack. Just 6 seconds left. Ball knocked away. Ball under is the call. It'll go back to Vanguard with just 2 in the first quarter. And last second chance, wide of the goal. We come to the end of the first in our 12U boys final. All Vanguard to start, but SoCal answers at the end. Still a 3-1 lead for Vanguard. We'll take a timeout and return here to Stanford for the second. Stay with us on CoachesAid.com. Welcome back. Start of the second period about to begin here at Stanford. Alongside Caltech water polo head coach Pat Beamer, Greg Meskel here with you on CoachesAid.com. Thanks for joining us. The second of 5 games on the day. We're taking you up through the boys 18U final around 4:45 p.m. today here from Stanford. And so far in this one, Pat, fantastic start for Vanguard. Perhaps SoCal a little shell shock there. Crucial they get that goal to close out the period.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The momentum, everything was going Vanguard's way. And I know I said it was a premature call, but it was a must-score situation for SoCal. They did get it, and now hopefully they can turn the tide a bit.
Opening sprint controlled by Vanguard. Here's Bowman handling. And now he'll push it ahead. Dangerous pass there out no man's land. And a steal for SoCal. Zamboni able to take that one away, gives it off to Matos, and here comes SoCal on the attack now with Riley Pittman.
They've got numbers coming up the 1-2 side here.
Here's Pittman on the move. He'll put on the brakes. Tries to go over the top there, a little miscommunication looking for Solon Kedzie. And that one's taken away by Pyle.
There's Shipman in the middle, again with position. And you can see the adjustment that SoCal is making. They're going to run a 4-5 drop against him, but he still gets it.
No goal there. We're getting an exclusion first. This one's going to go against SoCal. Abravanel will go out. And a power play here for Vanguard.
It's a big possession for both squads.
On the perimeter, a few fakes. They'll work it around. Quick outside shot. Deflected. Rebound comes right in front. Great defense there. That was a fortuitous bounce that came right to Randall Macias, but great defense from SoCal. Zambon able to knock that one away, not let him put that into what was a wide open corner. Now here's SoCal on the attack. They pour it into Kedzie.
Great transition by them.
No goal. Wave it off. And we saw it in our earlier game as well. And now this is going to lead to a long outlet pass, a battle for the ball, quick shot, and score, Vanguard. What a turn of events. You wave off the goal for SoCal. It goes the other way and scored for Randall Macias. His first. Vanguard goes ahead 4-1.
Yeah, right now, Vanguard is showing 2 major components that is really setting them apart from the SoCal squad. Number 1, Shipman in the middle. He's a force to be reckoned with and is doing a lot of work. And number 2, both Macias and Tran, these kids got wheels, and they are up and down the pool very fast. In fact, we get a good shot at Tran, just a dynamo on defense. Check that, that's Macias.
Also dynamic on defense, though. Let's give him some credit. 4 minutes to play here in the first half. 4-1, Vanguard in front. Here's Kedzie. Shot attempt from outside on the bounce, too much, goes up over the goal. It'll come back into Vanguard there on the attack. Here's Vanguard on the move. Here's Bowman. Looking inside. Deals back out. Good defense taken away. Patches coming over to knock that down, and it'll go to SoCal.
And that's going to be what SoCal has to do defensively against a big center, is call for the double team and trust your goalie for any perimeter shots.
Here's a look inside. Beautiful pass. Makes the connection to Abravanel. He'll put the brakes on. But first, a wrestling match at 2 meters. Draws an exclusion right in front. Score it for SoCal. There's the goal for Matos as he drew the exclusion. Able to go right back in front. Haddad excluded. And the quick there, they go right back to the spot of the exclusion. Able to benefit there, and it's now a 4-2 game.
It's one of the highest percentage ways to score in the game, the quick after an exclusion is called, especially when you've got the exclusion called away from the ball at 2 meters. There we see see Matos all by himself in the middle, able to go one-on-one with the goal. He skips it home. And now, in a game that Vanguard was the clear favorite, it's a one-goal ball game.
3:05 to go here in the first half. And a contra foul. SoCal looking to build some momentum here. Trailing 4-2, looking for more. That pass a little over the head of Pittman, but he'll track it down right in front of us here on the near side. Pressured there by Bowman. He'll whip a cross pass. Here's Matos. He'll fire. Field blocked. And knocked down by Haddad. And then it's tracked down there by Vanguard.
It was a critical field block by Haddad there. Jacob Pyle was off his line a little bit. Really focused to the 1-2 side. Matos had the whole cage to look at, and Pyle's defense really helped him out there.
Entry inside. Quick turn and score. Vanguard answers again. It's Miles Simpson. It's a 5-2 lead now for Vanguard, so they have had an answer throughout. They've set the stage here, and then they've always been able to respond after a SoCal goal.
Yeah, that's one of the most critical times to be at your best defensively is after a goal scored, because you go through all the rigmarole, all the hustle, just to get a goal, and then a lot of times you can be a little lackadaisical on the defensive end, and if you do that against a solid team like Vanguard, well, you're going to pay the price.
2:15 to play, first half, 5-2 lead for Vanguard in this 12U boys gold medal final. We're here in the championship tournament platinum division. Thanks for joining us on coachesaid.com. SoCal, they'll have a look here, outside try, score it from deep. Max Abravanel from distance goes to the corner, and it's a 5-3 game. SoCal hanging around here, making sure that this one doesn't get too far away from them here before we even reach halftime.
I'll tell you what, Greg, the extra pass made there by Dylan Pattis, number 6 on SoCal, to set up his teammate Max Abravanel was perfect.
Some smooth passing. And then a contra foul.
That's 2 possessions in a row now for Vanguard with contra fouls up top, and it's just feeding into the SoCal transition game.
Much to the dismay of the Vanguard coach, Sasa Branasavjevic. And more damage here to Vanguard as a penalty is called. That goes on Haddad, so he's picked up 2 quick ones here. And now a chance for Riley Pittman to make this a 1-goal game. Puts it away, Pittman delivers his second. It's a 5-4 match. Vanguard up just 1 with 1:41 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, Haddad picking up his second foul there is pretty critical. He's played quality minutes throughout the tournament for this Vanguard squad. And actually, surprisingly, he's being left in the game right now. Interesting decision.
So rolling the dice here on Haddad. He has 1 goal, but has the 2 exclusions he's carrying after that penalty. See how he operates. He'll have to play smart here the rest of the way. 1:32 to go here in the first half, a 5-4 lead. Vanguard was ahead at one point, 3-0. So credit SoCal here for making this a game. Exclusion called. This will go against SoCal. It's going to be Patches going out. And a 6-on-5 opportunity here. Outside try, long rebound coming off the crossbar. Vanguard will track this down with a new shot clock, but it's probably going to use up most of their exclusion.
You know, and I was about to say, Greg, that was an ill-advised shot by Bowman there, but he walked himself all the way to 5 meters with no defensive pressure in front of him. Why not?
Sides even now. Outside try, score it right as the exclusion was ending. Vanguard delivers Garrett Lee from the perimeter, and it's a 6-4 lead with less than a minute to play here in the first half.
Comes in just as the power play was expiring, but the players weren't fully out yet.
That's always an interesting time on defense. You touched on the quick, right when the exclusion happens, but you see a lot of goals, and they don't always go down in the book as a 6-on-5 goal, but they happen in that moment of confusion when sides are coming even.
Yeah, you hear the frantic call by both sides yelling, even, and it's in that time that a lot of defenses get the most disorganized.
Everyone tries to find their spot. Here's an outside attempt, and tipped out. Matos with a shot from deep. Pyle able to knock it out. It'll come back in at 2 meters. 37 seconds left here in the first half. A 6-4 advantage for Vanguard as we get things live here at the 2 meter mark.
This is an interesting age group, the 12 and under, because these kids are in different stages of development. And you see a couple 4-footers out there, and then kids like number 5, Matos. I mean, he was a man amongst boys in the lineups.
Yeah, already with some good size and making life a little bit easier for him at the 12U level as that pass turns over. 15 seconds to play. Shot clock is off as we wind down the first half with a 6-4 lead for Vanguard. Entry inside, ordinary called. Here's a shot opportunity. Winds up, fires, save, controlled by William Harrison. But it's going to stay with Vanguard. A turnover, long try, score it from distance with 1 second remaining. The lob connects for Garrett Lee, his second, and a broken play for Vanguard. They get the ball back on a turnover, make the shot count, and they go ahead 7-4.
Yeah, that was a very strange turn of events. It was a turnover followed by another immediate turnover, and Garrett Lee just rips it from 9 meters out. What a pretty shot.
Waiting here to run off the final second of this first half. Here's an outside try. And they put a second player in the cage to guard against that. It goes wide of the goal, and we come to the end of the first half. Strong start for Vanguard. SoCal hanging around, but that last one's going to sting. They let one go from deep to close out the first half. We come into halftime. 7-4 Vanguard will take a timeout and return here to the third in our 12U first place match. Stay with us on CoachesAid.com. Welcome back. Second half about to begin here from Stanford. 12U boys gold medal final in the championship tournament platinum division, along with Pat Beamer, Greg Meskel here with you, and a 7-4 lead for Vanguard. The first of 3 straight gold medal matches that the Vanguard team will play in, but SoCal not going away just yet, despite a gift goal there at the end of the first half. Vanguard able to throw one in from distance, lob it in after a turnover, and kind of halted a bit of a rally there that SoCal was making as they had battled back from a 3-0 deficit to make this a 1-goal game during the second quarter. Good opportunity, and they draw an exclusion after controlling the opening sprint to start things off here. That one will go against Garrett Lee.
Greg, clearly both teams, just to be in this game, are really playing at a high level. SoCal has shown the ability to compete and score against this Vanguard team, but what Vanguard's been able to do is respond every single time. And unless SoCal can consolidate defensively, they're in for it.
Quick shot and score, connecting Vincent Matos as he puts it away on the power play for his second. And he draws SoCal a little bit closer now, making it a 7-5 game with 5:28 to play in the third.
So this possession becomes very critical. SoCal has struggled quite a bit right after they've scored a goal. In fact, I'd argue they've given up a goal on all but one of their goal scores. So if they can consolidate here and score the next goal of the game, the entire momentum shift goes their way.
As you mentioned, though, Vanguard has had an answer. Let's see how they respond here. Wheeling inside, getting great position, but doesn't have much on it. And it's knocked down there by Harrison, as that was Macias working inside looking for his second goal.
That was a great move by Macias there, but he stopped. I think he was expecting to hear a whistle, and you're not going to get that at any level in any championship game. He needs to continue to the goal, and then he'll get rewarded.
Here's SoCal on the move. Looking inside once again and drawing the exclusion. So we mentioned Matos has a size advantage. They have now decided to exclusively go to him, and he puts away his third of the day. Second straight here for Vincent Matos. It's a 7-6 game as he answers for SoCal with 4:41 to go here in the third.
And that was a good matchup there between both teams' heavy hitters. You had Matos on one side, Shipman on the other. And for the second time in this ball game, SoCal's able to convert on a player advantage off the quick. It's one of my favorites, and I love to see it.
And it makes it a 1-goal game. 4:36 to go here in the third. SoCal continues to battle here with Vanguard. Vanguard has held the upper hand throughout, but SoCal has kept things close here in the second and now third quarter. Continues SoCal's way. Contra foul called here on Vanguard. This will turn over, and they'll get it back to the keeper.
So not only has SoCal consolidated after scoring a goal, now they're in a good position to score their third straight of the game and tie it up. especially now with a power play upcoming.
6-on-5 opportunity now for SoCal. Exclusion there goes against Cooper Haddad, and
That'll
he's
do it
slow to
for him.
leave because the red flag is out, and he is done for the day. That's his third exclusion, and a timeout is called by SoCal.
So the exclusion.
So we touched on the risk there of leaving Haddad in with 2 fouls, and they did, and he is heading out now for the match.
Number 9 for Vanguard.
I love this timeout by Coach Weathersby. This is a game that was not going well from the start, and now by sheer grit, his team has clawed them their way back to a 1-goal contest. Now with a 6-on-5 advantage, this is a golden opportunity to tie the ball game and basically hit the reset button on it.
4:13 to play in the third. Obvious answer here is get it back in it to Matos, who's been a dominant force here in this second half, and really the game so far for SoCal.
Yeah, Matos has when he's not drawing exclusions at 2 meters, when he gets to the setup 6-on-5, he's been going down to the 1 position. I would imagine we'll see SoCal get into maybe a 6-in situation where they can reverse the ball back over to Matos at the 1 spot, and he should have an open look to the cage.
Down by 1.
And of course, as I say that, he's swimming down to the 2 post, so ignore everything I just said. I'm curious to see what sort of defensive set that Vanguard is going to show here. This is an absolutely critical possession for both squads.
4:05 to play in the third. 1-goal lead for Vanguard, but SoCal threatening here to tie this up. Comes near side, Kedzie. He'll give a look. Outside try, save out on the attempt there. Zambone, but it's knocked out on the attempt by Pyle. It'll come back in at 2 meters. Sides are now even, so power play is over, but a new shot clock for SoCal. Dangerous pass in there at the 2-meter area, and a ball under is the call. Easy for Vanguard. And now a long outlet pass. And ahead of the field now, here's Macias, but tracked down from behind. Great defense there from Kedzie. And now we go the other way.
That's just unlucky there for Vanguard. Macias showing the wheels again and just swam right past the ball. Golden opportunity there for SoCal.
3:30 to play in the third. 7-6 lead for Vanguard.
Good motion offense here by SoCal. And
Ball
here's
comes near
Kedzie.
side, outside attempt. That found a way somehow.
How about
Solon
it?
Kedzie threading the needle into the corner. He's tied this game at 7.
Yeah, that's a tricky shot for a right-handed player to be catching it cross-face, coming all the way around his body, and then skipping it cross-cage. Tremendous shot and worthy of the equalizer to be sure.
Kedzie fired up with the fist bump after he put that one away. Threading the needle, cross cage, and we're even at 7. SoCal has stormed all the way back. They trailed 3-0 early in this one. Here's Vanguard now looking to answer. Shot clock under 10. 2:50 to play here in the third. Entry inside, double team comes, and an ordinary. It'll stay with Vanguard with just 3 on the shot clock. Here could be a shot coming. Big attempt, big score, counted for Vanguard, and Ethan Shipman, he's got a hat trick for Vanguard. They go in front 8-7 with 2:44 to play in the third.
Certainly a showcase of the battle of the bigs for both squads there. A little bit of confusion there. Coach Weathersby is going to argue that foul occurred inside 5 meters and the shot occurred outside, but officials let it go. I think I agree.
So Vanguard Blue comes back up. They now lead once
Here's
again.
SoCal on the move.
7.
A real battle there on the near side. Heavy pressure from Vanguard. Shot clock to 10. Entry over the top. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Outside try. That one's off the post. Long rebound. And it will stay with SoCal. They're going to get a new shot clock here in this one. 2:10 to play in the third. Long cross pass, dangerous, and rising out of the water was Macias to pull that one away. And now here's Vanguard. They nearly swam past the ball again, but Garrett Lee tracks it down. Gonna get a timeout here.
Contra foul's in the middle, but we've pulled the ball out.
The coaches from Vanguard Blue
And Vanguard will call for time here with 1:55 to play. 8-7, Vanguard ahead.
This is an interesting timeout. They only get 2 per game, so SoCal is done. And we're still in the third quarter. In a ball game this tight, this is a perfect opportunity for Coach Weathersby, and he has to do it at this point, to set his boys up for the remainder of the game, well, at least the remainder of the quarter until he gets the fourth quarter break.
So SoCal, Vanguard, you can see their huddles there. Vanguard has got to be a little taken aback here. They were cruising in this one, really in control, and SoCal has kind of taken a really good punch from them and battled back and stayed right in this game.
Yeah, what has plagued both teams so far through nearly 3 quarters is a lot of offensive fouls. These kids are getting just a little too over-aggressive, both with the ball in their hand and driving opposite, away from the ball. And frankly, Vanguard, who came out guns blazing, has been a victim of their own tenacity.
And they find themselves here missing one of their better players, Haddad. He's out with 3 exclusions, and they're now ahead just 1 and looking for a little bit more here on the offensive end. And it looks like that for Vanguard, Ethan Shipman is okay. They were checking him out real quick to make sure he's, I don't know if he took a shot in the face there, but he seems okay.
Yeah, I think he had a little trickle of blood on his nose there, but he's giving this team the A-OK and let's go, and so we shall.
And we're underway. Out of the timeout, 1:51 to play in the third. 8-7 Vanguard looking for more. Quick turn and shot, partially deflected there. Kedzie got a hand on it, and now Harrison gathers it up for SoCal.
Was that Vanguard's timeout?
I believe it was actually, because they were on
Okay.
offense. So now we're looking at just 1 timeout apiece. Take it.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me. I thought it was a contra foul immediately awarded to SoCal and then timeout, and I am less confused now. Let's play on, Greg.
Let's do exactly that. 1:28 to go here in the third. 8-7 Vanguard here. SoCal on the move.
And they just missed Matos down at the post.
Couple of fakes. They'll keep it on the perimeter. Shot clock to 10. Long looping lob, and it finds a way in. Who is it? Solon Kedzie. He's had 2 of the more interesting goals we've seen today. He went cross cage on a skip that took a couple of hops and found a way in, and then this time just throws a lollipop up that finds a home over the keeper's head, and we're tied at 8.
But both of his scores have been critical for SoCal. They've both been equalizing goals, and now it's just a matter of a defensive standard too, as we're coming towards the end of the third.
Less than a minute to play in the third. We're tied at 8 in this 12U final. Ball under is the call. SoCal will take it away. And now they have numbers ahead of the field. Dangerous pass, though, and it's taken back by Vanguard.
Yeah, Tran is too quick, but after he steals the ball, there is some exception there taken by Pittman, and he earns an exclusion.
Riley Pittman will go out with his first exclusion. And now a 6-on-5 opportunity here for Vanguard with just 30 seconds to play in the third. Quick shot, score it for Vanguard. It's Joshua Bowman. He connects, and Vanguard has an answer. They go back in front 9-8, 21 seconds to play.
Yeah, that's a straight 2-goal turnaround there for SoCal. They had a 2-on-nobody advantage going the opposite way. The pass was off, turnover comes to immediate exclusion, and now they're able to capitalize. So what could have gone to SoCal's first lead of the game, now they're back in the hole by 1.
And they'll have to try and climb out once more, but just 6 seconds left here in this quarter. Shot clock is off. 2 seconds left, 1. They tried to lob again. They score it. Count that goal for SoCal. We're tied at 9 to end this third quarter.
And this sets up a great fourth quarter for us in a game that appeared to be very one-sided. Now we're all tied up through 3. Championship on the line, fourth quarter upcoming.
Max Abervanel lobbing it home and tying it at 9. Fourth quarter on the way. We'll return after this on coachesaid.com. Fourth quarter about to begin, and another good one we have here at Stanford. 9-9 the score. SoCal and Vanguard 12U Boys Championship is on the line. 6 minutes left to decide it, along with Pat Beamer. Greg Meskel here with you. And 9-9, you look at that and think, well, maybe this has been even all the way, but this was decidedly Vanguard's game for a large part of this first half, and then credit to the SoCal club for battling back and figuring out a way to keep this game close and now tie it once more.
They certainly have shown some resiliency, and really, it looks like the SoCal game plan is give them a heavy dose of Matos, and failing that, have Abercanel, Kedzie, or Pittman shoot from the perimeter.
That's been working. They've been drawing exclusions, using Matos, and then getting those outside shots. Otherwise, here's an outside try. Big save there from Jacob Pyle. They've also had a couple of devastating lobs that they've used to score 2 goals here and keep this one now tied 9-9.
It's such a tricky shot for a goalkeeper, the lob, because you're used to guys throwing it at you as hard as they possibly can, and when they pull the string like that, well, it just equals trouble.
Outside attempt, trickles off the hand of Pyle. Score it for SoCal, and Abervanel his 3rd.
Now you see him, now you don't, folks. He is the magic man.
Abracadabra indeed.
Lobbed up that meatball for you, Greg.
Thank you much. 10-9 the lead for SoCal. First lead of the game for SoCal. Comes from the Magic Man. See if that catches on.
Gosh, I hope so.
And now an exclusion. So Vanguard with an opportunity. Here's a great look on the inside. Kedzie going out on the exclusion, his 2nd. And now another exclusion. 6-on-4 coming here. Let's see if they try and fill the goal. They've got 3 plus the keeper. They put it away. We're tied at 10. Score it for Garrett Lee. That's his 3rd.
So that was a devastating possession for SoCal on 2 fronts. Number 1, they give up the goal, right? But number 2, on the double exclusion, 2 of their bigger contributors take their 2nd foul of the game. And I realize we're in the 4th and you're not going to take them with you, but if those 2 foul out, it's just going to be a tougher row to sow for this SoCal Black squad.
So we're tied at 10. Just underway here in the 4th. Exciting finish here to this 12U championship. 14U is on the way. We'll have it for you right here on coachesaid.com, so hang around. Got some work to be done in this one for SoCal and Vanguard. 5 minutes to play in the 4th.
Good defense here by Vanguard, but yet they still find Matos in the middle. And we saw this play 1 play ago.
Another huge lob. That one too much on it, over the goal. Abervanel trying to go back into his bag of tricks, if you will.
Sometimes the magic runs out.
Put a little high on that lob attempt, and now it's back to Vanguard. Entry pass comes inside. At around 5 meters. A couple of players leave, so it's 5-on-5 right here on this offensive end. Lob attempt and wide of the goal, out of play. It'll come back into SoCal. 4:19 to play in the 4th. See if SoCal tries to go back to their 2-meter game, get Matos involved. It's led to a host of exclusions being called.
Good defense there on the perimeter by Macias.
Zambone, cross pass, quick shot, wide of the cage, out of play with 5 on the shot clock. And it's back to Vanguard with under 4 to play in the 4th. All even at 10.
And here's Tran up the 4-5 side, showing the wheels again. But Pyle holds the ball and opts for a safer option.
Here's near side now, Garrett Lee. He's got 3 goals. Deals off to Macias. And a contra foul is the call. It's like Shipman was guilty there at 2 meters. And it'll come back to SoCal. 3:30 left here in the 4th. Here's SoCal on the attack.
Every possession now as we come down the stretch becomes so critical for each squad.
Entry inside. Here's a great look. And an exclusion is called. This goes against Bowman. That's his second. So lots of players carrying 2 here in the late stages of this one. Matos doing the job, drawing that 6-on-5.
And see Matos leaking out of the 2-post there. He is a big option for him, but Shipman is paying lots of mind to him.
A little overpass there.
And the
Shot clock to 10.
Overpass is the killer of the power play.
Sides coming even, and then a big field block. Tried it from deep, knocked down, and it comes back to Pyle. He'll try and get it out of harm's way and take over for Vanguard with under 3 to go now in the 4th. Here's Vanguard on the attack. 2:33 to play in the 4th. Tied at 10 in this gold medal final. Here's an exclusion and a power play opportunity coming for Vanguard. That's Kedzie. And then a penalty follows it.
I know Coach Weathersby isn't going to agree with either of those calls, but I can tell you both of them are very legitimate. Great inside move. And then on the shot attempt, reaching back and raking the arm is going to earn yourself a penalty. Great call by the backcourt judge.
This is Tran now looking for a 1-goal lead for Vanguard. Left-hander puts it away. Vanguard ahead 1. 11-10, and the bigger news there, that was Kedzie's 3rd, so he is done for the day.
And the score by Brendan Tran.
Yeah, only 4 kids have scored in this game for SoCal. And unfortunately for them, Kedzie is one of them. He's got 2 goals in the contest, and having an outside threat or another outside threat could prove critical.
2:22 to go here in the 4th. Vanguard goes ahead in what has become a back-and-forth game here in the second half. SoCal has led, Vanguard has led. They've been trading the advantage. Now a big opportunity. It's Randall Macias getting out and making the steal.
Cookies.
He's on the move. Macias trying to get ahead of SoCal. Give them credit for giving chase. Pattis with good defense to get back. Tries to go middle. No one home there. Easy steal from Matos. And it'll come back to SoCal with 1:50 to play here in the 4th.
And that was great defense played there by Dylan Pattis. He was playing catch-up the whole way against Matos.
Here's a quick look. Score it. We're tied again. Picks it up off the ordinary. It's Riley Pittman, one of those guys that have scored goals for SoCal. Number 16 buries his 3rd. We're all tied. All even at 11. 1:37 to go.
And Pittman there becomes the 3rd SoCal player with a hat trick.
We are tied 11-11.
1:33 to go here in the 4th. All tied at 11.
Pittman on the goal. His 3rd.
Shot clock to 16. Goes to Macias, trying to fend off Pittman. That's a penalty.
And the 5-meter.
And that's the second on Riley Pittman, and another opportunity now for Vanguard. They scored their last goal on a 5-meter. And look at another chance right here as Shipman steps up looking for his 4th.
And that's what I really like to see about kids in the water when there's a penalty. Shipman.
Bar in, nasty from Shipman right there.
He waved off his teammates. He said, guys, I got this one. And while he was at it, he touched every post possible.
19 to go.
Vanguard ahead at 12-11 in this high-scoring affair. 1:19 to play, and see if this can hold up. Rare you'd get out of a championship game on 2 straight 5 meters to take the lead and possibly the win. We'll see what SoCal can do to answer.
And I know coaches hate to see goals given up in a tight game to penalties, but both of them couldn't be more legit.
Here's SoCal now. Zambone firing. Partially deflected, out of play it goes, and it's back to Vanguard. And now SoCal running short on opportunities. 1 minute to play in the 4th. In this 12U gold medal final, Vanguard in the lead, 12-11. They have the ball. Pyle content to hang on to this one for a bit, try and peel some time off the clock.
Vanguard's going to do the right thing and try and use every second of this and then just play defense for 30 seconds, come out with a championship.
And a big steal from SoCal, taking it away. That's Noah Rowe in 14 dark, and a timeout is called by SoCal. And that's their second timeout called. 33 seconds left, 12-11. They trail to Vanguard, gold medal on the line. Great opportunity here for SoCal to try and figure out a way to tie this game up once more.
You know, coming into this, I know every coach has prepared for this particular situation. You're in a championship game, you're trailing by one. Well, forget championship. You're in your last game. You're trying to finish as high as humanly possible. They've practiced whatever's coming out. They've seen this before. I'm guessing, but not sure. We're going to get a heavy dose of Vincent Matos down at the post. But what Vanguard really needs to be wary of are the two other shooters in the water who've got 3 goals apiece. And I'm talking about 16 Riley Pittman and, of course, the Magic Man number 2, Max Abravanel. You can see the composure on both huddles. It's like they've been here before. They're 13 and 14 years old, high-stakes championships, and they're cool as cucumbers.
And not even that high. This is only the 12 of you. They're 11 and 12 years old here.
Oh, my gosh. I thought we were at 14s already.
Slow your roll.
Hey-oh.
It's coming up next.
Hey-oh.
We have been tied 6 times.
33 seconds remain. 12-11, Vanguard in front. SoCal out of the timeout, looking to see if they can't figure out a way to even things up.
Now, whatever happens on this possession, Greg, Vanguard's going to get the ball back. There's a shot clock differential of about 4 or 5 seconds, shot clock and game clock. So now let's see what SoCal's got up their sleeve here.
Here's SoCal out of the timeout. Off the ordinary, the big shot, field blocked, out of play. But hang on.
Is there an exclusion?
Wow, so an exclusion called. An exclusion called against Vanguard. Looks like it's going to be on Brendan Tran. So that shot and the exclusion must have come right around the same time. So SoCal lucks out big time right there that exclusion was called. And now 16 seconds remain, a 12-11 deficit. They're still down. But an opportunity here on the power play to try and even things up.
Yeah, I didn't even see what happened there with Tran, but this is an absolute golden opportunity for SoCal, and they must capitalize. The championship is on the line.
They try and put it up, and it is quickly field blocked once again, and Vanguard takes over. And now they call for time. And they're in command here. 9 seconds remaining, ahead 12-11. They appear to be on their way to the Junior Olympic gold medal in the boys 12U division.
Don't call it just yet, though, Greg. I've seen crazier things happen.
In the timeout now, Vanguard plotting their final 9 seconds. I'm sure a big talking point here is don't turn the ball over.
Well, and something else that Vanguard has to be wary of is the stalling rule, right? You have to be advancing the ball. The onus is on the offense to actually at least attempt to play offense and move the ball forward. I would imagine they're going to start the ball with Pyle, the goalkeeper, and just put it to the side of the lane lines and swim it down the pool. 9 seconds on one hand is an eternity. On the other, it's just 9 seconds. And that's all that separates Vanguard between silver and gold here in the 12 and under championship.
9 seconds left. Vanguard will put it in play and just try and run out the clock. Now they're going to pull the ball out again here. Like now we're ready. They'll get it back into the keeper Pyle.
No relation to Gomer.
And he'll get it going. And they're going to be able to run down the clock. And Vanguard is going to win this thing. Congratulations, Vanguard 12U boys, Junior Olympic gold medalist. Coaches into the water. Big celebration. And a thrilling finish in this one as they take it 12-11. over SoCal. High-scoring affair. And the first of 3 championship games for the Vanguard boys goes their way as they come away victorious with a gold medal.
And I'll tell you what, Greg, if this is any foreshadowing of the games to come, we're going to have an awesome afternoon.
We've had some fantastic contests thus far. How about the effort of this SoCal team? They were shell-shocked in the first, got down 3-0, got that late goal at the end of the first period. They eventually take the lead here in the fourth and just can't hang on. 6 times the score was tied, but Vanguard has the answer. A couple of penalty shots go their way at the end on, as you said, legit calls. They earn the opportunities, they put the ball away, they score it, and now they're headed for a gold medal around their neck and bringing that back to Vanguard.
It's a wonderful ball game. The future of water polo is bright when you've got talent like this. You're absolutely right. SoCal looked to be in a pretty inescapable hole, able to claw their way back out. I know their kids are hanging their heads a little bit in disappointment, but really, both teams, congratulations.
4 goals for Ethan Shipman in the victory, 3 for Garrett Lee. For SoCal, they spread it around. Vincent Matos, Riley Pittman, Max Abravanel, and Solon Kedzie, all with 3 goals each to make up their offense. But the final here, 12-11. Vanguard wins this one. They take the boys 12U title, and we're going to see some more Vanguard because coming up is our 14U boys championship game. And that's going to feature Vanguard taking on Shack. So hang around for that one coming up next. But for now, we'll step aside. We'll tune you into our public address announcer and the medal presentations, and then come back and join us for the 14U championship. We'll see you back here on CoachesAid.com.